Can migraines that developed after a traumatic brain injury win service connection as a secondary claim? My name is Dr. David Geier, orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist, and anti-aging and regenerative medicine expert. I help veterans by writing Nexus letters that argue that your orthopedic injuries are connected to your military training and service so you can get the compensation that you deserve. This is a video, it's one of the latest I've recorded in a series of videos in which I answer service connection questions that I get from military veterans across this country. And this one is a fairly straightforward one, but it's worth talking about. I've suffered migraines, headaches for years. They started and got worse just a few months after I suffered a traumatic brain injury toward the end of my military service. I didn't go to sick call for headaches. Can I still file a disability claim arguing the migraines are secondary to my TBI? Okay, very good question. I always, when I talk about these disability claims, I like to start sort of more basic. You may know a lot about the process, but typically when you're arguing a disability claim for a secondary condition, in this case, migraine secondary to the TBI, assuming it's already service connected, you've got to show a clear causal link between the two conditions, and you want it supported by scientific evidence. Secondary means the migraines are caused by or aggravated by your already service-connected traumatic brain injury. Now you can look for additional compensation for the migraines without having to argue they were primarily caused by military service. Traumatic brain injury has its diagnostic code. I think it's 8045. Migraines is 8100, and it can be done separately to avoid what's called pyramiding, or basically double counting overlapping symptoms. First, again, I sort of said this before, you've got to make sure that the traumatic brain injury is already service-connected. If it's not, file that first. Service-connected or service records showing the incident report, blast, fall, whatever the accident was. And then you want to show that the brain injury had residuals like cognitive impairment, dizziness, memory loss, which can precipitate the migraines. Then when you go to file for the migraines or post-traumatic headaches, which are very common after traumatic brain injuries, veterans are about 27% higher or more likely to suffer migraines due to factors like sleep disturbances or anxiety. But to argue that secondary condition, you want to get a Nexus letter for somebody qualified, a doctor in that area, arguing that those migraines are at least as likely as not, or maybe more likely than not, caused by or worsened by the traumatic brain injury. You're going to want medical opinions, medical records, either from the VA or your private physicians, maybe headache logs detailing the frequency, the severity, the duration, other symptoms like sensitivity to light, sensitivity to sound, nausea, inability to work, and maybe even show how those prostrating attacks, maybe they make you lie down and stop working. Maybe those lead to higher ratings. You want lay statements, ideally, families, coworkers, other veterans showing how that brain injury triggered your migraines or triggered symptoms. That can strengthen your case as well. The migraines, the ratings anywhere from 0 to 50%, especially if they're very frequent, prolonged headaches that definitely lead to difficulty working, that can definitely be important, and then the ratings go down from there. But yes, you absolutely can argue that. The Nexus letter is key, showing the research about how that brain injury caused the migraines, and then the medical record showing a worsening of those symptoms and the development of those migraines after the brain injury. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the disability claims process, you can get a copy of an ebook I wrote completely free, The 8 Most Common Reasons the VA Denies Service Connection for Disability Claims and How You Can Beat Them. Just click the link in the description below this video. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell to be notified when I release a new video and when I start my Veteran Nexus Letter live shows. If you're already interested for a Nexus letter for your injury or condition, you can click that same link in the description below this video. Scroll down further, you can learn more about working with me and working with my team. We do everything we can to make this easy for you, to make the process simple and to make it quick. And I try really hard to write a Nexus letter that gives you the best chance of success in your claim. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to helping you.